Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 35 of Thaumcraft 5. We're here in the alchemy lab, where you can see I've got a bunch of transfusers up on the wall. This is what we got done in the last episode, where yes, I did pretty much go insane. But yeah, we've got all these transfusers in here now, which is pretty awesome. I've even got a new aspect here now as well, Tenebrae, which you can get out of mushrooms. So they're fairly easy to get. You just put a mushroom on dirt and bone meal it, and you get a bunch of mushrooms out of that. And it's replenishable, so you just keep going. So yeah, the last aspect left is Wheatium, which is currently filled up with a bunch of random aspects, because that's how the emptying, well no, the filling transfusers work? I just gotta get confused with the naming on that guy. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head back over here in the cobblestone cube that is apparently my nether portal, because today, oh man, you read that title right, we're going to be doing some Thaumium Fortress Armourage in the middle of the night. So we're going to go ahead and head back inside and change it to day before the bad guys cause some problems. Let's head on downstairs and fall out of bed immediately, out like a light, falls out of bed on the floor, covered in blankets. Has that ever happened to anybody? I don't think it's happened to me. Alright, let's go ahead and head upstairs. Yeah, we received a suggestion from you guys during one of the live streams, I believe, to go ahead and get started with the Thaumium Fortress Armour. I already know a little bit about this. Basically, it's the next level up from what we've been wearing already, which is the Thaumium Armour. I've already got the goggles of revealing and the boots of the traveller. Yeah, so this is the only armour that I have left from the Thaumium, because we've got the harness and the boots and the goggles, as I kind of just said anyway. Time to grab some scribing tools and paper out of the old chest, so grab those guys and let's go ahead and grab that research note. Let's get started with today's research. That's pretty bright blue, so maybe sensus, maybe aqua? Oh no, it's going to be primunio. Okay, fair enough, kind of a darker blue then, as well as fabrico and metallum aspects in there as well. Let's see if we can get started with this. I think we'll maybe go over to penamortatio perhaps, because we could do something like auto here. Oh no, no. Let's try instrumentum to start us off. Man, it's been a while since I played, so let's see if I can get these aspects going. Instrumentum, okay, that's in there. Next up I think we'll go potentia. Just gonna randomly go at it and kind of see what happens. To be honest, that's how I do most of my research. Is yeah, I think we'll go Ingis right here just to do that, and then we can't really use... Oh, is there something else that we could use? We're already using Instrumentum. Now, there is something else, maybe, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll work on this guy over here. We want to use Terra right here if we can, I think. Or maybe we could go, actually, Spiritus, and then I could use Terra over here just to break out of there would help. Yeah, so let's get Spiritus going. It's going to be a bit of laugh and death. Throw those in there. It's like almost every time you make Spiritus, so put Spiritus there, and then I'll be able to use Victus, like so. I think. Am I working here? Oh no, then I'm going to have to go Terra, aren't I? Oh no, I could actually go Aqua. Let's go Aqua right here, and then we'll go Periditio. Yeah, so we can go Geolume right there, so let's get Geolume going. There's some Geolume down. Ooh. No, maybe I'll put the Geolume over here, then I can go Periditio right there, then I can connect those two via Mortuus. That's going to work. Mortuus, where are you? Aqua in here, running very low on Aqua. We should have enough now to complete it, so we need to put some Auditor right here. Turns out I didn't need Terra at all. And finally, get some Penamortatio in there. So, pretty straightforward one. Right, so, the flavor text was nothing is getting in, by the way. I didn't read that. Oh boy, Thaumium Fortress Armour, we just got an upgrade! New armor type! Oh my gosh. So, unlocking Thaumium Fortress Armour appears to have given us 4 new things here that we might as well go ahead and pick up just as soon as we've read about this. Nothing is getting in, let's go ahead and read about it. Thaumium Armour has many things to recommend it, but its basic construction leaves it inferior to Diamond Armour. But not by much, I don't think. By improving the construction process and complexity, you've found a way to create armor of exceptional craftsmanship, durability, and strength. Very cool. Each individual piece of Thaumium Fortress Armour has the same protective properties as Diamond Armour, but has a greater durability and offers additional protection against magic and fire. So it's kind of like the upgraded Diamond Army. Diamonds are not really used very much in Thaumcraft, as it turns out. The biggest benefit, however, is that the individual armor pieces is kind of a typo there. Pieces are designed and constructed to be worn together. Each additional piece of this armor worn increases the overall protection offered by all other pieces and improves its visual appeal. As with most objects constructed from Thaumium, the armor is easy to enchant. Sweetness, so it's kind of like gold, I think. The way that it works is like there's a enchantability that each item has, I think. And gold's got really good, and diamond's kind of okay, and Thaumium's probably kind of somewhere in between. So anyway, this is the recipe for it. You need to take some Thaumium armor and go ahead and put an infusion in there. Thaumium plate. Thaumium plates are new. What's the recipe for those? The gears. Okay, the gears are like that. Yeah, maybe the gears cheaper in 5.2, which is pretty cool. And the plates are made like that. Okay, so they're like brass plates, except they're made out of Thaumium. Alright, so it looks like they're finally being used for something. And then it's pretty much a similar recipe for each of these guys, as well as a bit of Essentia. Do I have all of this Essentia on hand? Maybe not the Primunia, but those guys fairly easy to get. They're all instability minus, so they should be fairly easy to craft. Yeah, looks like this is going to take a heck of a lot of Thaumium. I'm going to need to go ahead and head off camera here and create a little bit more Thaumium. Let's just check. I've only got like one block left. I like to keep one block in there just as a placeholder for the inventory slot, so this is basically all the Thaumium I have. That's kind of crazy, but before we go ahead and cut, let's go ahead and just quickly read up on the rest of these guys. So we're going to need the Helm of Revealing, the Thaumium Fortress Helm upgrade. Click to purchase this research with 3 XP levels. So let's go ahead and get that to start us off. Usually a thaumaturge needs to choose between protection and utility when out and about, but not anymore thanks to Azanor Industries. This modifies a Thaumium Fortress Helm to give you all the functionality of the Goggles of Revealing. It does, however, not give the Vase discount the goggles usually do. Okay, that's an interesting thing to keep in mind, actually. A helm can have this upgrade along with faceplates, which is what we're about to learn about. Oh my gosh, it takes Aldrum. Dang it. I haven't done any Aldrum farming in the world here. I need to do more of that. I haven't been playing very much recently. So it takes a slime ball, and presumably just basically glue the goggles to the Fortress Helm, and that's how you get yourself the Goggles of Revealing modifier on your Thaumium Fortress Helm, which makes it awesome. It's like armor and the goggles combined in one. Obviously doesn't have that discountness though, so you kind of want to keep a spare set of Goggles of Revealing around for that discountability. Yeah, probably won't get this on our first iteration here just because I haven't got any Aldrum. Anyway, the other 3 of these are faceplates, which add their own little interestingly thingies here onto the helmet. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick them up for another 3 levels. Thaumium Fortress Helm upgrade. Yeah, that's what the flavor text for all these is. This mask is designed to be added to an existing Thaumium Fortress Helm. When worn, this mask has an interesting damping effect on those suffering from warp events. While it doesn't reduce the number of events, it does reduce their severity somewhat. It seems laughing in the face of danger does have its rewards. So that takes an entire jar of Victus and Cognitio. It's an instability very high. Wow, I don't know if that was that expensive. It might have actually been that expensive in TC4. Can't remember, but this is the one that I went with of the 3, just because it seems the most useful for general purpose, sort of what you want to, it's the one, your default one you would just want to wear around all the time, because, you know, less warp events is awesome. So it takes a bit of leather, shimmer leaves. Ooh, shimmer leaves. This is why I told you ages and ages ago to hang on to your shimmer leaves, because Azanor likes doing stuff like this, where he says, you can turn it into Quicksilver, but hey, if you wait, there's a thing that I can do with them way later on. Anyway. So that gets the Grinning Devil modifier on there and gives you a cool little looking faceplate on the front of there as well. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't realize, this armor, it's based off of like Chinese warrior armor, if you've ever seen ancient armor like that. Anyway, let's see, the next one's here. Let's see, the rest of these are 3 XP levels as well. Both of these are Forbidden Knowledge, so we will pick up a little bit of flux out of this. Oh dear. So, let's go ahead and read about the Sipping Fiend faceplate. Ooh. This mask is designed to be added to the Thaumium Fortress helm, and when you strike a creature in combat while wearing this mask, you sometimes steal a small portion of their life force to strengthen your own. The fact that you do this by supping on their blood... Supping? Sapping? Supping? Supping, is that a word? Supping on their blood doesn't seem to bother you nearly as much as it should. You wonder if you should be worried about that. Oh my gosh, that takes an entire jar of Exonomies and weakness there as well. Very high instability. I get the feeling that these are all going to be very high. The actual ingredients are fairly cheap here. Milk, gas tier. I've got a bunch of these around. We've got some rose red dye in there as well. Leather, pretty easy stuff to come by, but the Exonomies essentially, that'd be kind of crazy. And the final one here is the Angry Ghost for another 3 XP levels. That looks awesome right there. Alright, let's go ahead and read about this one. Edit a Thaumium Fortress helm. When you are struck in combat while wearing this grim mask, the creature striking you has a chance to suffer a withering effect. Serves them right, huh? I don't think so. The recipe for that, whoa! A wither skeleton skull? Oh man, that is pretty expensive, insanely costing right there. As well as a poisonous potato, so you're going to need to get some potato farming and get lucky, or unlucky, or lucky, whichever your definition you go by, to get a poisonous potato, leather, as well as Mortus. It's not quite as uncommon. Pediditio there as well, pretty easy to get. Alright, that's the faceplates in the Thaumium Fortress Armour. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head off camera here to prepare up plenty of Thaumium to go ahead and get this armor going, and we'll be right back, ready to do some infusions. Oh man, not sure if you can hear that rain outside. The rain just picked up, it's getting pretty bad. Anyway, we're over here by the infusion altar. I've got my Essentia set up. It turns out that I had the Essentia already, a stack of Primunio, 2 jars of Metallum, and a jar of Potentia is all you're going to need here. We've also got the Emerald, 2 gold, 2 plates of Thaumium, which once again you make with 3 Thaumium across. It turns out that I made like a whole stack of Thaumium, by the way, which was way overkill. Definitely didn't need to make that much. I've now got a whole ton of Thaumium spare. Anyway, we're ready to get started with our first infusion here, so let's go ahead and start her up. Get some Metallum going in there. I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen, just because it is a fairly low instability, but to try and decrease that instability as much as possible, of course, I'm going with the new technique where you try and balance things on the other side of the altar where possible. So I've got this here, I've got that there, those 2 guys are balanced, and then this dude over here is unbalanced, but because this infusion takes 5 things, that can't be helped. Looks like the items are starting to go in, no major problems to speak of, no problems that I could see at all. Even though the instability on there's a little bit higher than I would have liked, but yeah, it looks like it managed to pull through just fine. Purple clouds, I think that's a new thing now. I think that's just something that happens in 5.2. Awesome stuff, we got ourselves the Thaumium Fortress helmet. Just actually while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get these guys on the ground and scan them. I'm not sure if I've scanned a Thaumium plate before. It turns out it doesn't have anything inside it, and neither did the Thaumium Fortress helm. 1 down, a bunch to go. Let's just get the order set up for this next one. That's going to be plate, gold, and leather, and that is 6. So we can balance it. Plate. Wait, what was it? Did I get it right? Was it 7 even? Let's just have a double check. Was it 7? Maybe I got that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, no. Gold, leather. Okay. I thought I only had like 1 spot left. My brain kind of did a derp right there. Alright, let's get these guys plonked down. And of course the chest plate. I made all of the chest plates and stuff new as well. And even with all that, I still had way too much Aldrum. Also, I've just noticed, in addition to there being a skeleton under this tree is not connected to the ground. And it's probably something to do with this creeper hole. Hey. There's no shooting at birds on my reserve. Get out of town. Alright, so we've got some more Primunio coming in. Will we have enough? Okay, 24. I think the next one is 20 or so, so we should have enough here. If not, panic mode engage. 20, so we're fine. Looks like my rough maths was A-okay. The Thaumium Fortress Armour, a pretty nice upgrade. I remember in TC4 that I actually ended up wearing this armor for a very long time. I don't even think I went into the Void Thaumaturge rooms just because I basically didn't need to, but hopefully, depending on the age of the series and how far we get, we may be upgrading to bigger and better things than even this guy. Alright, nothing new in there. Alright, but that's that out of the way. Very cool. Got the blue text going in there. But there is one thing left. That's Skeleton's arrow. Tried to shoot my infusion altar. Didn't work, sir. Get the Thaumonomicon out. The recipe. My brain is like a sieve. 3 Thaumium plates of gold and a leather. Pretty cheap in the item department, honestly. So, 3 of those. And then a gold and a leather. The rain's picking up again. Oh man. I hope that doesn't ruin my recording. Right, in it goes. And I've got enough of my talum, right? Oh yeah, I've got plenty. I've got a whole other jar full here. We're fine and dandy. If anything's to worry about, it's the Primunio. We'll see though. We will see. Oh man, that rain. That rain. How we doing? Not really much else to say at this point. We've done 3 infusions today. Unfortunately, don't have enough Aurum to throw on one of the modifiers. I guess we'll start off next episode by getting one of the modifiers on there. Perhaps the Sipping Fiend, or no, what's it called? No, the Grinning Devil. That's what it's called. The Grinning Devil's sort of your bog standard one. And those other 2 ones, they kind of have their uses, honestly, these things, but you know, just in terms of a general purpose, one that you want to wear around a lot, definitely going to be the Grinning Devil, because having less warp events, or, you know, lessened warp events, I'm a fan of that. Let's check this guy out, and I'm not expecting anything new, of course there isn't. I guess we're going to need to finish the episode off by putting this stuff on, which I haven't even done already. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, like it says in the Thaumonomicon, every time that you put a piece of armor on, it basically what it does is it changes its appearance and actually gets a little bit stronger as well. It doesn't say how much here, but anyway, let's go ahead and put this on. So you can see a couple of changes. Maybe if you guys can see, if you've got brighter screens, you've got these kind of tail bits here. If I take that off, this tail's removed there, and if I put the chest armor on, which has got the Thaumcraft logo, it gets these cool shoulder pads. But if you take the thigh guards and put those on, they get the chain links go a little bit shorter. You get a little bit more armor on there, and you get this really awesome thingy, which is in the main little sprite thing there, but otherwise doesn't make an appearance. And on your back, you get the Thaumonomicon and a discovery scroll thing. I've forgotten what they're called now. I think they're discoveries. That's just kind of thematic. If I don't have my Thaumonomicon on me, that will still show up. But yeah, that's it right there, which is pretty sweet. I don't think those show up if you're not got that on. Yeah, typically what I do is just have basically those 2 and then this, because I still like flying around all over the show. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode of Thaumcraft 5. We've got ourselves a new armor type. We're going to need to go ahead and enchant these up, buff them up, all that jazz in the next couple of episodes here. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha! Why did I take the armor off? I don't know. Kia kaha! And I'll see you in the next one.